Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of the Hustle Interview. I am your host, Abafemi Samuel, and today, if you see me, I'm laid back, chilling. You see my copy snap back, because I am in a very, very interesting place. I'm in the zone of a prolific video creator. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll give you a few hints. First of all, he's a prolific After Effects user, the guy that user and die. In fact, when we start talking about this, you'll be shocked to know the kinds of people he does videos for. And finally, he has a very peculiar name on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only, Itsn3t. Guy, read that intro first.
Solid 8.
Man, it's good to have you on the show. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. And so we'll just go straight to the first question that we have for you. Are you a filmmaker, an editor, a video creator? Who is Itsn3t? But before we even go to Itsn3t, what's your name? Like your real name.
Hi. So I am Agbaje Daniels Olumide, but most people just know me as Agbaje Daniels because I don't really, introduce myself as Olumide. So I'm Agbaje. I go by Itsn3t, but that's not how you spell it. I wouldn't say I fit into any specific niche, at least for now. But I go by, let's say, video content creator,
okay,
or just video creator for now.
Okay. So when did you start doing video creation, or how did you even start in the first place?
It just started as play, actually. When you just have a camera, you just go on YouTube and you see how to create fireballs or how to run fast using After Effects and stuff like that. So it just started like that. I'm going to give you some of the clips I started with. So it was just play, really. And I posted one particular video on the internet. It was this flash kind of thing.
Okay.
And it got 2K views in less than a week.
That was
even 2015, 2016. And I was like, oh, okay. This looks promising, right? So I started trying to work on a movie. I actually took that video down because I got on bad comments. YouTube comments. Bro, it was because the video was reaching a lot of audiences, right?
Okay.
And around the world and stuff. So one guy was just like, what kind of dumbass speedster is this? He doesn't even have enough money to buy shoes or something like that. Because I was running with one dirty slides like that or something like that. So I was like, whoa, this really hurt me. I took the video off the internet. I can't even find the video till now.
Wow.
Took the video off the internet and I just stopped. Stopped watching videos. I stopped, learning. I stopped.
And this was around
2015-ish, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So after a while, I picked it up again. Before I picked up again, I started learning coding.
Coding?
Yeah.
You wanted to be a tech pro?
Bro, I just switched
this was still 2015.
This was 2016.
Okay.
I picked up coding. I learned HTML and CSS. I still remember most of the things I learned, but I never really implemented them.
Is that website building?
Yeah, website building,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
After a while, I just dropped it again. I went back to video when I saw a camera. One of my teachers in secondary school had a camera. It's really a long story, but I started, playing around, got my friends together, let's work on something. We'll shot a bunch of things. I never saw the clips.
Why?
Because, the camera, it was this HD cam. And you have to use one Firewire port cable to transfer the file. So we could not get the cable, so I just did. It probably still has the clips by now. So after that, I dedicated myself to this video thing. I watched 2 YouTube videos every day for 2 years.
So which software were you focusing
Premiere
on?
Pro. Premiere. I did don't Premiere Pro, After Effects. So funny, I learned After Effects before Premiere Pro. I didn't know there was anything like Premiere Pro. I was just using After Effects, keyframing, effects.
Were you editing with After Effects?
I was editing After Effects, standard videos, After Effects.
That's you have sick amount of videos.
So when I used to see my timeline, it's a bunch. You get. So eventually, I saw how to do one effect, and when I was using Premiere Pro, I was like, oh, which one is this one again? After learning from scratch, that kind of thing. So I saw, I was like, oh, okay, this is a simpler type of thing, and so I picked it up now. I started learning Premiere Pro small. I was still, I used to have effects, so once I'll just use Premiere Pro. And I realized you could link them together, and that was it.
That was the beginning of
that was the beginning of it.
So we'll just move on to the next thing. So this whole, fascination with filmmaking and everything started when you were in secondary school, right? And then you quit, and then you came back.
I came back.
Okay, so when you came back now,
Yeah.
because of that camera, you lost the footage. I mean, you didn't get the footage.
I didn't get the footage.
What then happened? Like, did you just...
I just let it go. So I started shooting with my phone. I used one Samsung phone that I used to use back then, and I had to use batteries to make it stand. And on one table like that, it's got knocked off a couple of times. You go back. Oh shit! When you're recording, I'm like, oh, the camera is facing the floor and stuff like that. So I started using my phone for like a while.
Which phone was that?
Samsung Grand Duos.
So that's a typical start with what you have.
Yeah, start with what you have. It was 720p, capped at 720p, like 24 frames per second or something like that. So yeah, I used that for like another year.
So, but you were using this for just videos?
Just my own videos.
Okay.
I didn't even enter the business part till last year.
Man, okay.
So I've been into this for like almost 6 years, or more than 6 years. So for like 4 or 5 years, I didn't know I could make money from it.
Man.
I did not know people could monetize this shit. I was just, YouTube. I started a YouTube channel. I've started 3 YouTube channels actually. This is like my 3rd one.
Wow.
I was just doing that for play, as cruise, I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed showing my friends what I did, stuff like that. Me and my cousin, we used to make a bunch of videos together. And yeah, after that, I went back to, watching that YouTube videos a couple of times. Then I started my YouTube channel. I tried it out for like a year, flopped. Started another one.
So that one was still Itsn3t?
It was not Itsn3t actually. Cool. It was not.
Because there has to be a genesis of that name. How did that name
The Itsn3t. Okay, so my friends gave me Net Freak because secondary school, if you're looking for me, I'm in the Itsn3t lab. I'm in the Itsn3t lab playing game, So I think that's how my passion for anything, remotely associated with this skill thing. And they gave me Net Freak. And my dad heard about it, like, what is Net Freak? I know you're freak. You're not a freak in Jesus' name. You're not Nigerian parents. Like,
God forbid.
You're not forbid. You're not a freak in Jesus' name. What's that? And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I changed it to Network. And I was like, okay, that's better. He doesn't know what it is, but that's better. Right? And then when I was entering uni, I kind of just modified that to Itsn3t. Without the 3 this time, it was just Itsn3t. Right, and I realized that when I wanted to start a YouTube channel with that name, I realized there were like 3 YouTube channels with Itsn3t.
Itsn3t already. And
I was like, what could I do? It took me like 2 months to just change the 3 to Itsn3. I was like, man, I'm smart as fuck. Right, and that was it. So I started Itsn3t. That's the original.
So, but at the time when you started doing like After Effects and Premiere. No, let's just start with After Effects first, because at After Effects time, what you just really wanted to learn then was VFX.
Was just VFX.
VFX. So what kind of VFX did you have in mind to learn at the time?
I didn't really go into 3D. I think I already worked on like one particular 3D project that time. It was just the casual, basically fire, muzzle flashes, keyframes, what's it called? Keying. When you key stuff like chroma key, green screen, all those kind of, everything surrounding that. That was what I was just focusing on, really. And then I had this obsession with Flash, like the Flash series. So I had a bunch of videos that are surrounding the Flash VFX and stuff. So that's what I started with. Then I realized 3D, I was like, not really my thing, but I did 1 or 2 things in 3D.
Okay, so but now, when did you now transition into, well, no, it's not really a transition, or add Premiere Pro into the mix?
It was still inside this VFX thing. I think I was trying to recreate one vibe. You see on that Flash, this vibe, this vibe kind of thing. Yeah. So I was trying to recreate it, and they were like, oh, Premiere Pro. I'm like, what is this? So I dabbled in it, and I was like, it was looking weak to me, because you had this bunch of effects in After Effects, and when you go to Premiere Pro, I'm seeing crop 2, and I'm like, what am I doing this to do? Like, where's my CC polarizer and pixelate and stuff like that? So after a while, I started getting accustomed to it, and I realized it's better editing videos there than in After Effects for my simple videos and stuff. So that's when I went into that, started doing more casual, text effects, transitions. My effects there were shitty. I'll give you some. But it's progress. I'll show you some of my videos back then. The effects there were shitty. So from there, I started using Premiere Pro more often. I started using it together with After Effects. Yeah.
Man. So let me just give you guys like a little bit of background that I've not even told you before. So before now, right? Say when I still had a rap channel where I went to rap. Yeah, like I still have it till now, so it's still there. So I mean I came across your videos. I think the first time I came across your video was the one where you talked about you had 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
To
Oh,
make
shit.
a video.
What the story around
Like,
that thing said.
right? And I'm like, okay, cool. This is because it was fantastic. It was a fantastic video. And so I started following you immediately. Like I didn't even understand, right? Because I think you promoted that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Instagram.
that's
Oh, okay, that's what you said. Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm like, ma, dude. Then I now realized that, because one time Fisayo too also posted something.
Okay.
And it's either you were at the background shouting, making noise. But I just know because they tagged you in the
Oh,
song.
okay.
I've been following you since then, right?
Okay.
And look at here I am today in this. Madu! But anyway, that's just to show how long I've been actually following your work and actually seeing the growth. When did you now start thinking about monetizing this in the least way possible? Like, when was the first time you even thought about like someone could actually pay you for this?
I think my first gig was to edit a music video. This was 2 years ago. A music video. Before I even got into Upwork. Upwork thing is another.
That's something that we're going to dabble into.
It was 1.5. The guy paid me.
1.5. 1,500 naira.
Nah, 1,500 naira. I was happy.
Of
Bro,
course.
when it was like, I have this YouTube video, you want to edit for me? I was like, oh, okay, cool. How much? I'll give you 1.5. 1.5. So no, I showed my homeboy. He was like, oh, mad. So I got the job. We did it. I sent it over to him. The 1.5 is gonna eat bread and beans. Me and my homeboy. When he bread and beans, we were so happy that time. I think they finished that day, so I was not very so sure. But then I was happy that people could acknowledge, what I've been trying to build over the years.
How did he get to like find out your work?
My friend.
Oh.
So you probably saw those my YouTube videos I've been trying to put out there, and it was like, oh, this brother linked him up with me, and there's a video, so I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And that was it. I think the one after that I had to shoot and edit on my phone. It was 15K. I went out there.
Okay, with your phone.
With my phone, yeah.
Okay.
Shot, went back home, edited 15K.
So what was the person need the video for?
Music video.
So
I was first into music video because the first edit was a music video.
Okay.
The one after that I had to shoot was a music video. The money finished like next day, both of them. But like I was just happy, knowing that I could monetize this thing. I was not just wasting my time since then and stuff. I'm still trying to shuffle that with school. That was when I was still into school thing back then. And yeah, that was it.
So how come right now you're not necessarily doing music videos?
It's money. So after the whole music video thing, I entered Upwork.
Okay.
No, this was even before I entered Upwork, right? So if somebody hits me up on Instagram, I used to follow up with all these content creators like Steven, Nduku, Sayo, Tayo, America, Kafo, all those guys. I used to follow them up like crazy. I was fans of them, all of them. So I would hit them up, try to put myself out there. But the time I told Fisayo, like 2016, I was like, yo, what's up? I just started learning video editing. If you ever need any help with your edits and stuff like that, hit me up. I told Steven, same thing. Eric, same thing. Tayo, I didn't tell Tayo. Tayo, I was just looking at him from afar, like, I was a big guy.
Oh,
exactly. So, and I think after 2 years, Fisayo hits me up. But before then, Steven hits me up. He was like, okay. He had this opening where a company was working for an internship. And they showed how I got it out. They were like, I have to be there at 7 a.m. I'm like, sure. I wore my shirts, went to Lekki from Makoka here, went to Lekki, 7 a.m. I went there, we were like 7 of us. Got the job.
You got the job?
I did get the job. I did not resume.
You did not? What?
I did not resume.
You didn't resume?
Nah. So, I'm actually still like kind of sad because it was like I just like deprive people of what they could have just, because I got the job and they were like, I have to resume 7 a.m. Monday. I was like, this again. Like wake up at that time. Because I woke up like 5 a.m. right? Wow. I like do this again. I was like, nah, I didn't resume. So fortunately for me, Steven still like, looked at me like, okay, I had potential and stuff. So he now called me that, okay, if I don't do that, I should come and be working for him. So Steven used to give me videos to edit, Steven, we've gone far. I mean, we've had our differences, right? Because there was times that my eyes started tearing, like, oh, this money is not. Steven was a big part of my journey. Same thing for Fisayo. After a while, Fisayo hit me up. So I left Steven. I learned with all my knowledge and stuff I used to get, stuff Fisayo. So I just called me one morning. I was like, yo, who's this? Like,
this is Fisayo.
Yo, what? I was like,
what are you doing today? Like, let's have a meeting.
We went to Lekki. I ran to Lekki. It's his brother actually.
Okay.
So they were like, you need someone to be editing videos for him. I was like, see anything, I'm down. It was like a dream come true for me, right? I've been watching these guys, keeping up, learning from them, and I had a chance to like work with them and stuff. And I took it. I think I cut this out, but it was really like my video. Bro, I didn't care. So I was giving me like 2 or 3 videos every week. I have to go to his side, stay there sometimes. I'll stay overnight, skip classes, be there editing videos. Happy, so happy. Like sometimes I don't be editing videos. I'm actually editing videos. So from there, I ended with Saya for like 3 years plus. But in between, and I found out about Upwork. So I was like, okay, when I'm not editing Fisayo's video, what else can I be doing? And I found out about Upwork. I actually applied for Upwork in 2017. They didn't accept my profile to 2019.
2019.
2019. That was when Upwork was still like so secretive. Like before you get in, it's work. 2017, 2019 ending. When I got the mail, I was like, yo, I was so happy. I got into Upwork, and now it's even easy because of no lockdown, corona things. So yeah, accepting more people. And then it was get to first job was like $8. That was even before Upwork removed their 20%. And when they removed it, I was left to like 2,500 naira or something like that. Video conversion rate of I think 300 or something. That was Upwork rate. And I was like, do I really want to do this? I stole the guy. At the point I just didn't reply his messages again. And I started applying for more jobs. I got more jobs. I got a little bit of jobs. Then I was still like using Fisayo to like build my portfolio to apply for these jobs. And I think that was one thing that people don't really get. People just want to get into this space and just start collecting money. So it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So you need to show
what you've done.
You want to show what you can do. Upwork is like you're entering a pool of like a den of lions, right? There are people that have like 8 years of experience. People have worked with brands like Nike and stuff, and they're using that to show clients. So clients see what you've done or what you can do, and they're like, oh, okay, I believe you can execute what I have in mind. But if you just go and meet someone that, oh, I want to shoot a video for you, I have the idea, trust me, I can shoot videos. There's no trust, there's no that kind of thing in business. When it's business, show me what you can do, let me see exactly, then we can work on something. So that's something people don't really get. They just enter the space and feel, okay, I want to make money out of this thing. I mean, it's not a crime, going to something for money, but I didn't just do that. And I realized that, okay, over the years, that's what really helped me. Because if I was after the money, I wouldn't have built my portfolio the way I have now. I've done some jobs that I can't even think of that, okay, I did this for this amount, that kind of thing. Because looking back now, I'm like, okay, it really helped me, build my portfolio. There was a job that I even got scammed for.
You got scammed?
I got scammed. I got scammed, right? But I didn't look at it that it fucked me up for like 2 weeks. I was down. I had to even go home, like my parents' side, change my environment, try and just get my mind straight. I was still pushing content that time. I was fucking down, right? And after a while, I just started looking at it differently. Like, okay, I have this video on my portfolio right now. And so even from that job, I got experience to work on one particular job right after that one. The budget was high. So I was like, oh, okay, if I didn't learn this from that previous job, I wouldn't have been able to do this.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But now there's a big consensus about like all these, a general consensus about all these marketplaces, like creative marketplaces like Upwork, Fiverr, and all that, about how the power is skewed towards the client in such situations. In your experience as an Upwork creative, what can you say about that conversation about that school of thought? Because now, and it makes sense if you think about it, that a client can come and say, look, I want to do a job and I'm going to pay you $10. You're like, no, like, okay, cool, I'm going to get someone else
exactly
to do that,
which
right?
they do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And chances are the person they get really gives them a decent job at that $10.
At that $10, yeah.
Right? Because chances are the person is just like you who just entered. It's quite good, but he needs to build a portfolio, he needs to build presence.
Exactly,
in Upwork,
yeah.
then he takes the job.
Yeah, I feel he's going on the right path.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now the argument usually is like some people burn out before they even get to a point where they start getting like making real money on Upwork.
On Upwork.
What is your
Okay.
thought process about that?
When I entered Upwork, I started taking jobs. You know, I told you about the $8 job. I didn't take that because I was like, oh, it's too small. So I took jobs of like $15, right? I took it for like a year. In fact, there was a particular client that I worked with throughout that year. I took a client off Upwork, which I would not advise you because that was how I got scammed. So, but I took the client off Upwork and we worked together on the YouTube channel for a year, right? We made over like 200 videos. From that, I used it to build portfolio to work on other YouTube channels, right? I was not looking for big budgets or something like that. I just got into the space. I tried applying for jobs of $150. They didn't look at me. Nobody rates me. I was applying for a job for $200. I was like, who was I this week? I was showing myself that time. I saw that I applied for $8 job. I got it because I could show like Fisayo's videos. So I was like, oh, okay, I got this. I applied for jobs of $10. I got. So I just stayed within that range to try and build my portfolio. Because especially when you're not in Nigerian, because bro, our image in fact is shot out all over the world right now. And on Upwork, I even know people actually don't use their real names on Upwork. I have my friends, they don't use their names, they use white people's names. They use white people's address. When they want to collect their money, they don't collect directly. They have to pass it to the person that is posting as them on the site to pass to them. So it's a whole, and they were like, I should do it, I will get more job. Like, what kind of stress is this? Why are you stressing me? I can't do this kind of thing because it's stress, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
It's stress.
It's stress.
I'm like, okay, just if you get a lot of good works, like you are very proud of, and people will see and they're like, oh wow, I believe that it's not about race or anything like that. They will go for you. They will go for you. So the whole thing about that $10 job, something, you don't have any rights to negotiate if you don't have work to show.
Yeah.
You get, you cannot be negotiating because of what they've not seen anything you've done. Your profile is bland.
Yeah.
You probably don't even have a verified badge. You get, so just take it easy, go slow, start small, scale up. Start small, scale up. So that's what I'm saying.
So you know, speaking of that now, so are we saying now that you've scaled up?
No, I'll say I'm scaling up.
Okay, you're scaling up.
I'm scaling up. I just got my first $1 million job like last year. I've not scaled up. I'm looking for $1 million.
You're looking for $1 million. You see, as I just look, I don't.
So I don't think I've scaled up, but I think I'm not where I used to be.
But I mean, you started getting jobs like $4-figure dollar jobs.
$4-figure jobs, yeah.
Sick.
I mean, it's a lot.
And it took how many years to do that? How many years / how many videos?
Videos for like client videos.
Yeah, on the side, yeah, on Upwork.
Oh, on Upwork. Let's say if I like count the YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Everything, anybody that's contacted me on Upwork to work.
Damn, that would be like almost 200.
200 videos.
Almost 200 videos.
200 videos. How many years?
1 year. 1.5 years.
Sick. So, like, was there a point where you started to toy with burnout?
I feel that happened when, like, with the YouTube, that particular client I talked about, that I was creating this because I got tired. I was like, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, the amount of time I put into it reduced because I was able to, find my way around. I got used to a few things. But at the point, I was like, nah, what am I doing? Like, this is not where I want to be. I need to, I can't be in the same place for long. Of course. So that's one thing I really noticed about myself. I don't like being stagnant. Because with Steven, after I worked with him for like a year, I moved on. Fisayo, I went to Upwork, trying to like, scale everything together. Then I went to Visaya fully. I actually left Upwork after a while because I got tired of the whole thing.
Okay.
That was when I actually went to Visaya full time. And now I'm still trying to, be on my own, trying to scale up my own part of this thing because I actually started my video production
Exactly,
business.
which is where we're heading to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I started my own video production business. My dad actually told me, just like, see, if you know for my dad, my dad has really helped me in this business side because he's a businessman.
Oh, okay.
So he's my advisor basically, and my financial advisor and everything. So I just go to him, he gives me tips on what to do. There was one that registered my business for me, told me how to manage it and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to learn and just scale that up, but I still work with other people and stuff like that.
Of course. But right now, are you still doing Upwork?
I am still doing it. I mean, I stopped for a while. I didn't apply for any job last year. I don't think I applied for any job. Maybe like from March. So I just applied for one 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Just one. I actually did get a job.
Good money.
It's good money, right? So I just thought, oh shit, I just applied for it. I actually did get a job because he went to check my portfolio because like when you're applying for jobs, you put in your portfolio there. I was like, oh nice, I've seen what you've done. So no, I would like to work with you on this. I'm like, oh okay, sure. So the Upwork thing is come and go. When I just scroll on the feed and I see something I really want to do, I actually look at the money first. No cap. Because when you're scrolling, you see like $2, $8. I'm like, nah, still going. $100, $150. Okay, let's go. So yeah, the Upwork thing is like come and go once in a while.
Okay, nice. But of course you're still keeping that as a source of income.
Yeah, as a source of income. Yeah.
Now at the moment, if we're thinking about Itsn3t as it is, there is Itsn3t working on Upwork. There's YouTubers in Nigeria. There is your personal YouTube channel. Then there is Itsn3t MP4, which is production company.
Which is my
by the way, MP4. This guy is intelligent. He's very intelligent. Look at Itsn3t. Oh god.
Yeah. So
oh god. When I saw that thing, I was like, man. So how are you able to manage all that without having burnout?
I do have burnout. So I think it's inevitable actually that once in a while you'll be tired of doing the same thing over and over again, and you just try to just clear your mind. I took a break, some kind of like a road trip.
Okay.
To another state to just try and clear my head. Like I think 2 weeks back, because I actually have someone working like editing videos for me, but I just
he now has his own editor.
I mean it's
girl. Thank God for growth. Oh gosh.
So I edit videos for me for some clients that I just send to him.
Okay.
Sends them back. But most of the other things I basically just try and manage them myself. My YouTube, I'm trying to get consistent on that. But every other thing, I have like people I can contract for scripts, for voiceover,
okay.
for here and there. So I just basically do the cinematography and the editing. You get, just so I don't kill myself.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. This is just a shameless plug. I am also a voiceover artist. In case you need a voiceover artist, it's me. I'm the dude. All right. If you're listening to this now, you should be falling asleep because this is like an amazing voice, nigga. I've told you I used to do voiceover just in case. All right. So now we're going to move into like Itsn3t MP4 because now that is an actual, video production company that's doing stuff for actual. I don't know why I'm calling it actual clients, but for real individuals in the life of what am I saying? In Nigeria, right? And you've worked for some amazing clients so far.
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing it right now. You've seen things for like Advertise, for Trove, for I saw one for we even worked together, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we
did. We had it's showing right now.
We did.
We had work that we did together in the past. Now tell us about the journey of starting that one specifically. The fact that you've had others in the past like Upwork and all those other things that you've been doing. How were you able to move from that? So you're like from freelancing into actual video production business. Yes.
Okay, so there's something that I realized deeply is before the whole creation this thing, you cannot go and meet a brand like Nike and say, oh hi, I'm a freelance video editor from so I want to propose a video to you. They look at you like, okay, you're freelance. brands don't deal with individuals.
Yeah, of course.
Brands like to deal with other brands because they won't take you more serious that way. So something my dad actually like told me, and I've actually seen it. Because when you are dealing with a company, everything has to be, corporate. Everything has to be serious, formal.
Of course.
If you are dealing with you, that's when you see people trying to swindle you and say, okay, maybe they won't pay you completely, or maybe they will just delay your payment and stuff like that. When they see you, like they're dealing with you as a company, they want to treat you how they want other people to treat them.
Of course.
Do you get? So it's better that way. But that one also comes with a lot of, responsibilities as well. Of course. Because now you're a company, you're not just like looking at your own image, you're looking at the image of your company. Your money now is not just for you, it's for your company, stuff like that. That's when you start separating company money from your money, company things from your own. And I feel it's just a way of growing up and, evolving, basically. So that was one thing I actually put in mind for, actually going into it. And I realized that it works better that way. Especially
before you continue, but did you actually try to do it as a freelancer? Like, what I mean, like, approach them and say, hey, I'm a freelance. Like, did you notice any type of like difference in perception?
I realized you could charge more if you are a media company than you like charge if you're a freelancer. Because if you're a freelancer, they look at you like, oh, okay, maybe it's just a one-man something. You just carry your camera, you carry your stuff, maybe you carry maybe 2-3 people on set. But if you're like a brand, you could have a team of maybe 10 people, right, working on the same project, and they won't give you maybe 100,000 naira for a particular project. If there's something they will give you 100K for a freelance, they will give you maybe like 1M plus for a company, right? Even if it's a small video, because they look at it that, okay, this is a body of people rather than just one person. Because if you are talking to a client, you're representing your company, not just yourself. Like me now, on my card, it's video creator, Itsn3t media, not Agbadi Daniels.
Like, no, as if our clients are not watching this video,
unless they are. Alright, so that's it. You are representing your company, not just yourself. So that's the whole thing that goes into the whole company relationship.
Oh, so that was the idea that you had before you started. So how was the transformation or transitioning process?
It was a lot. It was like starting from scratch, right? Because you kind of built a name for yourself. Fairly, I wouldn't say I built a name for myself like that. I'm still in the process. But then you're trying to like nurture this baby that you're trying to grow at the same time. And sometimes you have conflict here and there. Like when I was starting out, I think I had to do the whole branding thing from scratch. That was when I rebranded. Like now this Itsn3t is like a founding, like a father company. Like I have other things I still want to do. Like the media company is under that. Me as a brand, I'm under that, and I still have other things coming. And I had to do the whole branding. I had to start issuing receipts, invoices, sending proposals, things I was not used to, things I did not email. I started using emails to communicate. I'm like, bro, what is this? I'm in 90s or something. But yeah, things like that, you have to adjust. It's a whole like, adjusting phase and stuff like that.
I that's the part of this whole thing about business that creatives hate so much, because especially when you're thinking about like proposals, like emails, responding. We just want to focus on the work.
Just give me the job. Let me just work.
But now, as you've started a business, how important are those other skills to learn? Like you're speaking to a creative who's just about to start working, and he's like, bro, what do I need to do to start a business?
Business, right?
Yeah, the business part. And then you're telling him, you have to understand emailing, communications, invoicing, how to like budget and all that. How important is that to a client's perception
of you?
Yeah.
So I think it still comes back to the whole differentiating yourself from, like differentiating you being a freelancer and the business. But those are things brands are actually used to, because if you see brands communicating, personal messages across maybe to their newsletter, they communicate through email.
Of course.
If they are trying to do a collaboration with somebody, email. If they are reaching out to their customer care, email. So it's something that brands are actually used to. It's basically just you fitting into that space, right? I'll say it's important, but don't take it as something too serious. It's like necessary knowledge, like general knowledge that you need to know. Because there's something I realized lately now. This business, right? In fact, everywhere, music, video, skill is not so important anymore.
Please, I need you to repeat that for people to understand what you're saying.
Skill is not so important anymore.
Oh God, I'm so glad I wasn't the one that said
Because
this.
look at me now. I've been nurturing my skill for how many years? 6 years, right? I didn't have anything to show for it for the first 4 years once I started putting myself out there. Because if you are just learning, you're learning for yourself, right? You're just learning for yourself. Maybe you make a video, you post it. If it gets reach, it happens that you blow up from posting what
like
once in a while, right? But now the industry is 20% skill, 60% marketing. And the remaining 20% is vibes.
Fact,
bro.
fact.
It's honestly, I've actually realized that 20% is skill, right? Because somebody could just know how to maybe handle camera with handheld, maybe use gimbal, color grade, fly a drone, and the person is putting himself out there and working with big brands and collecting 2 million naira per video.
Fact, that is the truth.
And I'm here, right, hustling my shit out, learning new things every day, and I'm just keeping it to myself,
Bro,
I mean,
I think this is the part where creatives are failing to understand that in fact, you're even being generous with the whole skill thing. Like, I will tell you categorically that skill is around 5 to 10%. 5 to 10%. There are people who get businesses and they cannot do anything. That is the summary of an agency.
Thank you.
An agency can't do what they're telling you.
They apply, they reach out to this brand, right? We'll give you this, we'll give you this.
Yeah.
At the back end, they are getting people to do this.
They're getting people to do the job. They can't
The job
they can't do anything.
In fact, starting a media company now, it's so fucking easy. You could just sit in your home, go on Fiverr, hire a bunch of guys, apply for one job of $10,000,
Exactly.
pay these guys $100, they're happy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And
That is it.
And that's what a lot of creatives are not seeing. Like how important it is for us to have the business side locked down. You have to understand the business. And like there's this theory I have in my mind. It's very trivial. I want to ask if there is if you notice it as well. Right?
Okay.
So for the longest time I use @gmail.com for like my stuff, right? At the moment I don't have a website, but I was able to get an email domain name. So like, because the name of the company is the Q company.com, right?
Okay.
The Q company ng.com. So now I have an email that as like Obafemi's, okay, am I supposed to say that? But I have an email with
Okay.
the Q company ng.com. And when I compare how people were treating me when I send them at gmail.com to when I am sending at the qcompany.com, it just changes. Like people are like, what's your email? They'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, all right. Fine, all right, no problem. Let's talk via email. Do you understand? So I'm like, are you having that kind of?
So my dad specifically told me that because there was a time he was like, "Oh, what's your email?" Like when they send it to someone or something, and I was like, @gmail.com. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Yeah, that's my email now. Easy for you to do." I'm like, "No, don't do that." Right? He said when companies see @gmail.com, they stereotype you immediately. In fact,
I'm so happy.
Immediately. They're like, oh, this guy maybe is just starting out. They don't even know, maybe you've been working your ass off for the last 10 years. You're using @gmail.com. It's not professional, right? Like you said, you don't really have to have a website, right? I don't know how you went around that because I just what?
So
I don't know what that is.
So they have like a suite of stuff for, and it's usually for people like small businesses because it's next to nothing, free of charge. In fact, I probably might do a YouTube video on how to do that. Yeah, so.
Because I actually just, finished my website webpage.
Oh, nice.
And from that was when I used to get my own email, right? And I just started sending out proposals early this week. And I've been seeing like difference, right? Because when you send brands with @gmail.com, they just look at maybe it's just one wannabe or something like that, exactly. Just applying. Yeah. Because this thing, you have to get professional. Because brands, you have to fit the brand scheme, the brand, identity, the entire thing about the brand, everything surrounding the brand, you have to fit them before they can treat you as as someone important. Exactly. So when they see an email from something at gmail.com compared to info@something.com, they're like, oh, okay, what is this important? Who is this person? What does this person want to say? Rather than at gmail.com, they can look at maybe customer care, maybe you're trying to complain about a service or something like that. So yeah, I've actually noticed that, and it's something people really take note of.
But I don't know, please, I beg you in the name of God, share this video to as many people as possible, because this guy is throwing wisdom into the air for free. So you guys better subscribe to this channel, please. Subscribe. Just not because I want to make it in life. Please subscribe. I beg you. Thank you very much.